Today we're going to look at the items required to develop Java. There are two things we require: a Java development kit, which is a JDK, and an IDE, or an integrated development environment. So we're on the Oracle website at the moment, and we're going to download the JDK, which is the Java development kit, and it's the Java development kit 8 that we're looking at. So I'm just going to follow this link, and then it will take us to this page, and this link's available below as well in the comments. So we've got all of these different operating systems that we can look at. My operating system is x86, so I'm going to select this link and begin the download here. I've already read these terms, so I'm quite happy to tick the box, but feel free to have a good read of those and make sure you're happy, and then we're going to download. So it may ask me to log in. There we go, so it's already got my details there. You may need to create an account here, but it's nice and quick and easy. They don't really send you anything, and you can always unsubscribe. So we'll send this, get logged in, and there you go. You can see my download started in the bottom left hand corner there. I'm going to click on the JDK and begin the installation for that. Okay, so we're going to click yes. This is the installation wizard, so we'll just click next, and we get another pop-up here. So development tools, so this feature will be installed, and source code. So we can leave those as they are, that's fine. It's telling us how much space it's going to take up, and it's telling us the installation address, the folder location as well, which we will need for later. So we'll just get that installed. Excellent, so we can close that now. So that's been installed. You can see we've got the update 271. So the last thing we need to download is an IDE. So at Middlesbrough College we use Netbeans, and we are specifically using Netbeans8.2. So I'm going to download 8.2 as well. So all I've done is just Googled Netbeans8.2 download. Click on the link, and it will present us with some different options. So here on the top right you can see we can choose a different platform. So I'm going to leave mine on Windows, but these are the other options that you can choose if you want. And then down here we have a grid. So the grid shows what options you can download. Java is a bit of a minimum, so we'd look for this one as a minimum. But I also do HTML and PHP and JavaScript on mine. So I'm going to download this larger version here, which you can see is a lot bigger. So if you don't need to, don't feel that you have to download that big one. So we're just going to wait a few seconds for the downloader to load, and here we go, it's just down here on the left. So just wait a few minutes for that to download, and then we'll go through the installation process. Excellent, so that's finished downloading. So now we can click on this and go through the installation. Wait for the installer to pop up there. So we click yes, and then the installer begins going through the process. So these are all of the parts that I want to download. You can customize it if you want. That's fine for what I need. So I'm going to click next. I've read these terms already, so I'm happy to tick the box. Okay, so here we've got the installation folder and the JDK. So your JDK is going to be in Program Files, x86, Java, and then we've got the JDK here. So I'm going to click next on that and start that installing. I'm going to select to check for updates, and then the installation begins. Okay, so the installation is complete. So all of the updates were made. That's fine, so I can click finish. And now we need to do two more steps. So we're going to go to our system environment variables. So if you just press the start button and type in system environment, and you get your edit system environment variables. So we're going to click on that. There we go, that's opened. And then we're going to click environment variables down the bottom here, and we've got a few different options that we can look at. So what we need to do is find our system variables and find the path here. So we're going to double click that and just double check that your install has added C program files JDK folder here. And also you need to add your Java home. So what we're going to do is click New and then type Java _ home in capitals. And then we're going to add in our file location. So I'm just going to select my Explorer. I'm going to click on Program Files, Java folder. And there we have the JDK. So I'm just going to click that. And I'm going to paste that in there and add a / on and press OK. And now that's done, if we press OK and close this all down and search for our NetBeans and click the button and we're in. So yours might be slightly different. You might have a welcome splash screen. It might be white rather than dark mode. What I'll do is I'll show you how to change it to dark mode if you want to. So we'll do Tools and Options. And then when that's loaded, you can see the third tab across, we've got fonts and colors. So we'll click on that. And just below that, we've got different profiles. So my profile is Darkular, but when I'm writing web, I tend to use Norway Today. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this on Darkular. Okay, that. Okay. So to create your first Java project, if you go File, New, or you can press Ctrl-Shift-N on your keyboard, or you can click this folder here. It will bring up all of these different options. So mine will have more options depending on your installation. So you might just have the Java installations, which is absolutely fine. And what we need to do is make sure a category is selected as Java and project is selected as Java application. And we'll click Next. And we're going to give it a name. So I'm going to call mine Hello World. So I'm just going to select that, type in Hello World. Your project location will be your documents folder normally, but mine's changed. All right, so just be sure to double check where your project location is. I've changed mine to desktop. Okay, and make sure this bottom tick box is selected here, create main class. So I'm going to click finish, and there we have it. So the Hello World project has loaded, and we've got a few different things on screen here. Just going to reduce this font size slightly. Yours probably won't be this large, yours will be a bit smaller. So I'll change it to 18. There we go, that's better. So we've got a few different items here that we can have a quick look at. So at the top here we've got a package, which is the package Hello World. Okay, we've got a public class called Hello World, and then we've got a public static void and main. Okay, so don't delete any of these or any of these curly braces. We can delete the comments though, so we can get rid of those. We can get rid of the author. You don't have to, but I think it just makes it a bit of a tidier workspace. We'll get rid of this. Okay, so on line 6, or my line 6 now, it says to do code application logic here, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to write in a basic Hello World. So we're going to write system dot and then out, another dot, and then we're going to type print an L and N for print line, and then we're going to open and close parentheses, which are the normal brackets, and they can be found by holding Shift and pressing the number 9 and 0 on your keyboard. And then I've put some double quotes in, which are Shift and 2. So in between the double quotes, I'm going to write hello, comma, world, exclamation mark. And then just on the end of your line, can you see that I've got a semicolon just here? The semicolon is next to the @ symbol on your keyboard as well. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, and what I expect to happen is for a nice little printout to appear near the bottom of my screen. So I'm just going to run this by clicking the green button here, or you can go to Run and then Run Project. Okay, so just press play, and there we go. So that is your first project. Hopefully you haven't got any red on screen. If you have and it's not working, just double check that you've written system with a capital S and that your L here is an L and not an I. Okay, just double check those bits, give it a run, and you should be fine. Well done.